We're gonna in just a couple of minutes here on WOOL FM 91.5 Bellows Falls premiere the recording that that was made just this past Sunday. We got three of the players here in the studio. It's Dylan.
Yep. Hi.
It's Ellie.
Hi.
It's Christian.
Hello.
We'll get him to talk a little bit more. How would you guys introduce this? I'm going to have you guys introduce this, and then I'm going to push the button.
Introduce it? Like
Tell people what it is that I'm going to play, how it happened to come about, and then we'll talk about it more afterward, plus field hockey.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 songs. Just 5 pretty standard jazz tunes. They're in the American Songbook, 4 out of 5 of them. That's pretty much all you need to know about them right now. They get introduced as you go along, but yeah.
All right.
I tried.
For now. Jazzman Draa Hobbs has brought joy to countless people with his playing and has also taught and mentored hundreds of other musicians. He brought his summer 2015 youth ensemble to WOOL. Gabby Walton, Dylan Chambers, Ellie Guyon, Christian Terry, and Eric McCoy.
You're listening to WOOL Black Sheep Radio in Bellows Falls, Vermont. And we have a group of musicians in the studio. Tell us a little bit about yourself and go from there.
So I'm Gabby Walton. I live in Townsend and I go to BUHS. I've been playing guitar for 7 years now. And I started playing jazz when I was in middle school. I guess I fell in love with that as well.
I'm Dylan Chambers. I'm from Saxon River. And I started playing saxophone 5th grade. When I was a freshman, I actually started practicing and listening to jazz music, and that's how I started playing jazz music.
My name is Ellie Guyon. I go to the Bellows Falls High School. I live in Saxon River. I've been playing trumpet for about 5 years. I've always loved playing jazz.
My name's Christian, and I'm from Bellows Falls. Started out in 6th grade. It's my 7th year drumming. People think there's not really melodies in it, but I find melodies throughout the kit and percussion as well.
I'm Eric McCoy. I'm from Hanover, New Hampshire. I thought guitar was like the coolest instrument ever, and it seemed everybody who was cool was playing guitar. So I picked it up when I was 8, and I've been playing ever since. So that's 9 years for me.
I just would like to say I've really enjoyed working with these excellent young musicians. I've done this quite a number of times, and they really hung in there with it and developed a nice sound, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it.
Here's the ensemble with A La Mode, Blue Bossa, Someday My Prince Will Come, Long Ago and Far Away, and Moanin'.
like halfway through it's solo, and I was like, oh no.
Thanks and congratulations from Black Sheep Radio to Gabby Walton, Dylan Chambers, Ellie Guyon, Christian Terry, and Eric McCoy, and to their teacher, Draa Hobbs. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And we do have Dylan, Ellie, and Christian here in the studio. They were 3 of the people that were playing on that.
Yes, we were. I was playing tenor saxophone.
I was doing trumpet.
And I was playing the drum set.
And it was really interesting listening to you guys listening to this because I mean, you were self-critical, as good musicians always are, but you were also quick to say, I nailed that one, you did this well, and that was really cool, the camaraderie.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good in the end, I think. I'm happy with the way it turned out, overall.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I think it sounds pretty good. And that last few sentences of Dylan just talking pretty much sums up the entire experience.
What was it that fell out of your saxophone?
Well, there's this pad under the A key of your saxophone that falls off a lot for some reason. Like, it's not very well put on there. And it basically, like, determines how well you can play the whole entire lower range of your saxophone. And it fell off over the summer while I was at a workshop. And I, like, panicked. And I ran into the cafeteria office space and found some Scotch tape. And I wrapped it around the saxophone, like the key, like 6 times. And it ended up working until literally the middle of one of Christian's little 8s, right before my right before my last solo. And that was like one of our that was our last take of that song. And it had taken us quite a few takes to finish it, and that being like kind of a long song.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. We just really wanted to finish that song.
Yeah, we just wanted to get through that one piece.
Well, I want to say how impressed I was with the level of musicianship that you guys possess. I can't imagine having that myself. So no response. No response.
No response. I mean,
they're humble.
I guess so.
How did things progress though from the beginning of these sessions, the beginning of the summer until the end? What happened that you didn't expect?
Well, that we didn't expect.
Yeah, or what happened what happened?
Well, the biggest thing for us, the biggest like obstacle we had to overcome was not having a bass player up until like the last 4 sessions, because we had this we had someone who just kind of was a little wishy-washy at first and couldn't commit to it, and we thought they were going to be able to. So Dre ended up playing like electric bass for like those last 4 sessions, and I mean that made the whole experience a lot better, and he did a really good job, and he's a really like great teacher for doing that.
Yeah, he gave a nice solid bottom.
Got a really solid bottom. Was really solid about his time, and that's what we really needed, like a little someone chugging along on the bass, pretty much, and that kind of made it all come together, I think, actually, because the first few rehearsals were kind of rough.
Yeah. For me personally, it was my first kind of outside of school jazz ensemble. So we walked in the first day and we just started jamming on a piece, and then they looked at me and they said, go, and I was like, what do I do? So I just started soloing, I started playing notes, and it was kind of awkward, but after the first couple sessions I started to like find a rhythm and actually understand how to improvise.
You got a lot better.
Thank you.
You got a lot better.
How do you improvise? How would you explain that to somebody?
Well, personally, I can't really explain it anymore. I've been improvising for like a year or 2 years now, and at first it was you learned your scales and then you played your scales over, the corresponding chord changes. And I did that for about a year, and that was really easy to explain. It kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, kind of sucked. It was boring, uninspired. And then I started playing with people, and I got a feel for like just the way things should sound, and really listening to jazz music seriously. And basically, I learned the scales. Not all. I mean, I'm not done learning, but you learn the scales, and then you forget the scales, and you close your eyes. It happens.
Poetry.
That was deep.
Ellie, do you concur?
I do. I don't know as much as Dylan does about just jazz theory and scales, but I've just been playing by ear mostly, and I've been on my own trying to learn all the scales just to get that technical information down, just so I can start using that as a base for more creative work. And I think it's starting to help me, and it's starting to work for me.
It's coming together.
Yeah.
So practicing scales.
No, don't say that. That's a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, that sounds boring.
Never say that. That's not how you should explain it. You should listen to jazz music. Listen to jazz music, and it'll come together. That's it. Listen to jazz music, and learn to play your instrument, and then listen to jazz music.
Yeah, get like a good base of technical information about your instrument so you can play it, and then just like find a musician that you love, try to copy them, try to like learn their style, and then from that your own style will probably develop.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I imagine, is confidence.
I guess so. I mean,
I think so.
I disagree. I think it's about just letting it go for a second and just closing your eyes and not really caring about what happens next. I guess. What about you, Christian?
That is exactly the opposite of confidence.
Yeah. What about you, Christian?
When I try and improvise, not saying I'm successful, but I try my hardest, but it's just hitting random things and hopefully it sounds alright. But the key to drum set improvisation, sorry, I can't say that. I mess up a lot of English words.
We know. You're a musician. It's okay.
Is to just keep the beat going, and no matter what, keep the time going. No matter what happens, stick to your guns, and all else fails, just play basic.
Mm-hmm.
Can't mess up. No such thing as a wrong note when you're making it up. So.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think maybe it's just because trumpet, but I think confidence is a big issue in that, because if you are really quiet and you try to improvise, it'll probably just sound off the whole time. But if you're just there and you're blasting each note, then it will just sound like you're having a good time, and people will really hear that in the tune.
Yeah.
So you got to own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to you now, Mr.
Okay.
No Confidence. Is owning confidence?
Is owning confidence?
Yeah.
Like
I'm trying. It seems like you two are a little bit saying different things.
I guess confidence is, yeah, it does play a role, but people who are not confident, like a lot of musicians hate the way they play, but they play what they know. Like what Christian said, they stick to their guns and they sound awesome. And I think there's a certain level of confidence you can't have in what you're playing, because if you're like, wow, I'm good enough to do this, and I'm good enough to do this, and I'm good enough to do this, you're just going to stop practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of jazz musicians say there's a necessary amount of self-hatred needed to play jazz music.
The reason I'm pursuing this is because I feel like you're both correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but, like, not at all. You're right, actually, but...
I think it just depends on the person, really.
Yeah.
If confidence for one person turns to arrogance, then it's a different issue. But if confidence is what someone needs to just really get out there, then it'll definitely help them with their playing.
I think just letting it happen. I don't necessarily think you have to have confidence in what you're doing, but if you do what you believe you should be doing, then like.
And you have the technical proficiency.
I mean, I guess.
Practicing scales.
Practicing scales. Stop saying that.
You know what, Kristen? I'm just with you. I get it. Go basic.
Yeah, scales.
There's music in those drums.
Yeah.
There is.
What about what you do people not seem to understand? The muggles. What don't normal people get?
I have heard this from a teacher I have in Boston. He says there are people who improvise, people often confuse bebop with blues, and it's totally different. Because blues musicians, they improvise by playing the blues, and bebop musicians improvise by being super smart. So, I mean, I guess people just don't understand that the way that musicians, like, if you look at transcriptions of musicians like Charlie Parker and Sonny Stitt and Miles Davis and all those bebop players, you'll see that they have, like, deconstructed the music and reconstructed in a way that fits their needs.
This is maybe why I never really got into bop. I'm just not smart enough.
Probably. I don't know, man.
This is Monsters and Hamsters. We're talking with Dylan on saxophone, Ellie on trumpet, Christian on drums. And they were part of a summer jazz ensemble with Draa Hobbs. We played a little recording of them, about 20 minutes worth at the top of the hour. It'll be repeating on our air on different days and at different times over the next couple of weeks. And if I have the permission of you guys, I'll put something together for social media, YouTube, something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Stick it up and you can let everybody know how cool y'all are.
Just, talk about how smart and handsome we are.
Yeah.
And you do, well, I know you do more than music because you're on field hockey.
That's true, yeah. It's kind of hard to juggle field hockey and music because they're very different and they both are very time consuming, and it's the same with every other sport that you do. But I think it's kind of good to have like a rounded schedule and just like take part in every activity that you can.
College is going to like you.
Yeah,
Hope so.
College.
What about you, Christian? You live for drums, or you got more in your life?
You're like the president of the school, Christian. Don't lie. You like do everything. You're like a representative.
I am a very busy person. I do many things like football and politics, many things.
Class president right here.
Yeah, I've been class president 5 years in a row.
5?
No biggie.
5?
Yeah, eighth
Eighth grade. I remember
Oh.
your
And
speech.
then,
It's like,
Invigorating.
what?
and then senior year this year.
So how do you do it? How do you find time?
I wake up early in the morning, go to the band room, play some, and then whenever I'm bored from homework, don't want to... homework's always exciting.
I'm glad you explained that because it's not like you don't ever have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
And
Yeah, not in high school.
even if you're just sitting at the TV, just playing regular beats, just work on fundamentals, then that can really help you in the long run.
So while you're out on the field hockey field, are you practicing your fingering on the stick? Or?
No, but when we do lots of running, a lot of running, and I'll listen to jazz music when I'm running, and it's kind of odd to run and then listen to, like, sometimes a blues song will come on and it'll just be kind of odd, but
Sad.
yeah. But I like that I can just combine the two things that I love.
Dylan, what do you got in your life?
This year actually, I kind of cut a lot of stuff out of my life. I guess not like out of my life, but I've dedicated a lot more time to music this year than I ever have in my whole entire life, and it's like, it's pretty much I do student council and I take regular school classes. I help coach a soccer team sometimes, but it's mostly like just music for me right now because I feel like I've found something, and like. I don't know, even like I don't really have that much on my plate anymore, which is awesome because I can get home and I can practice for 3-4 hours, and I get to practice during the school day, and like I'm trying to incorporate it into every part of my life. So I guess I found a way to incorporate it literally into every part of my life because sometimes I found this is a good way to avoid social interaction. is you walk around and you sing really obnoxious bebop licks that you want to get down. and then, you just sing them all day, or like Ellie knows, like I sit behind her in math class, and I just take my pencil and I pretend to be playing the drums or something.
Yeah, just today, he's behind me, just like tapping my shoulder, just playing a beat. And I'm like playing along with it, just like snapping my fingers or something while we're trying to study Algebra 2. And
who needs it, though?
Whatever.
But it's a much bigger part of my life than anything else is.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't have friends anymore, so.
So you're on your way to that.
Just kidding, but kind of not kidding.
We were talking while the tracks were playing about what dinks a lot of musicians are.
No, they're awful. I don't even want to talk about it.
You're on your way,
right
pal.
now, dude.
So at this point, Dylan, you seem to really want to pursue this as the avocation.
Yeah, definitely. It's all I want to do.
Is trumpet your thing, Ellie, or are you going to make it part of a package the way you are?
Oh, gosh. I've been thinking that over for the entire year, trying to figure out what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I want to do something with music, but I just love doing something that's creative. I like writing, I like design, so if there's some way I could incorporate all of that into one job that could hopefully pay me well and like really it's just my passion, then I would love to do that.
I hope that happens. I hope you figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Being a starving artist works if you make art.
Yeah.
Yes. And Christian, what about you?
I'm really inclined to pursue music education after this year. Somewhere local where I can come back and really teach kids. The degree I'm going for is through K through 12.
You're going to be the best music teacher ever.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to try and pursue percussion as my major instrument of study, but it's going to be a struggle through college because you got to learn a lot of melodic things.
Oh, yeah, and you're a drummer.
Yeah, which I've had a melodic background. I started out on clarinet.
Oh, okay.
You still play clarinet, though, don't you? I mean, you made district band last year.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
This dude is humble, isn't he?
He's really
I wasn't
good.
so proud of that.
No, whatever, dude. Like, you made district band and you're a percussionist. You don't even, like you double as something, like, if I doubled on, like, trumpet and I made district band, that'd be crazy. But you double from percussion to clarinet, which is two totally different instruments that you made district band on, so I think that's really impressive.
Now last school year we had, and one of the band teachers, and I don't remember if he was from the middle school or the high school, but I liked him.
They're both really cool.
It was like I had a crappy band teacher or two, but I liked this guy. I don't remember who's named some
Mr. Rumrow? Mr. Pelton?
Mr. Pelton.
Pelton sounds right.
Nick Pelton?
That's exactly him.
We've had the best music teachers ever. Like we've had Mr. Rumrow and we've had Mr. Pelton, and they're like the two coolest music teachers ever. Like Mr. Pelton is basically the reason that I like music.
Have you told him that?
I think so.
You should tell him again.
If not, I think
teachers love that crap.
Yeah, hopefully he's listening right now.
Hi, Mr. Pelton.
Hi, Mr. Pelton.
Hi, Mr. Pelton. Thanks for coming on the show months ago. There was something going on, some band thing, some music.
Oh, yeah, music in the schools.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, he set up some scholarships that just for band students now. It's really great. You can get money to like do different programs or like get new instruments.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Really awesome of him.
Is the music program underfunded compared to sports?
Yeah.
No, he's really pulling it together. No, we're getting pulled into the modern age. Like these past few years, like the music program was dead when when the band program was dead when Mr. Pelton came in, and he I remember Tim telling me that they had like 9 kids in band.
Yeah,
and
there's 9.
Practice at night.
Yeah, it's a huge school, but now like next year and the year after that we're gonna have like 60, 70 kids in band. It's ridiculous because Mr. Rumroll really gets kids all excited to play music in high school, and then they get disappointed. I don't know who the music teacher was before Mr. Pelton, but no one really liked him, I guess. Mm-hmm. Sorry, but Mr. Pelton, now we're getting we're getting a Mac lab for our band, which is crazy. That's awesome. We're gonna have we've talked every year I've been in band. We've talked about this program, Smart Music. That's super expensive, and I've never used it.
I have. It's pretty awesome. Like,
yeah,
what is it?
It's like it's got a bunch of like like you have your regular like studies books, like your like advanced clarinet studies, and like basically it puts all those books in one place with accompaniment, and like it can hear you play, and like it plays with you, and you can set it to just playing accompaniment or playing accompaniment in your part, and you can play along. It's super cool. It's really cool.
That's really freaky.
And like I've never been able to use it because like it's a lot of money, but this year like everyone's gonna be able to use it because he just today he brought in like these cool reed cases, like just for everyone. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
Like I think he's really bringing it into where like sports and stuff are, because like people love the band program with Mr. Pelton. Like it's just
go awesome. Mr. P.
Go Mr. Pelton.
Yeah. And I know a lot of the sports teams, football, because they play at the football games.
Mm-hmm.
They do appreciate it, and they like to hear the one song that I really love hearing
NFL.
Is the NFL theme.
It's so fun.
It really sounds like a studio version.
Nice.
Like just on TV, if you're watching the NFL, it sounds very, very similar.
And so is the pep band like a subset? You have like pep concert, jazz?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone does pep and marching band and concert band. If you're in concert band, it's like part of your grade, which is cool, because then I feel like once you get into pep band is actually fun. I like being at the games.
Especially for percussionists.
Yeah.
You got those like, extravagant rhythms, and it's just you
I
get to
feel
show
like-
off your stuff.
I feel like if it wasn't mandatory, a lot of kids wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But not saying that, like, if it wasn't mandatory this year and it was mandatory last year, I would have done it this year because I had a good time last year and everything. So it's all put together except for jazz bands, but that wouldn't make sense.
And this year, Mr. Pelton is bringing even more styles of music into the band. We're doing some sort of like chamber ensembles with just small sections of the band, and he's created like leadership positions for like the first chair in each section, and we'll like work on stuff with our section, and it's just been a really good experience to like learn how to actually teach someone about your instrument instead of just like playing it and being like, oh yeah, I know it. You have to actually like convey that information to someone else in a way that they can understand it.
Wow.
It's really cool. It's all really cool. It's really coming together as a program, and it's really inspiring a lot of kids to play music and play music to another level, which high schoolers don't usually play it.
So do music, kids.
Yeah, not
Stay in school.
flugelhorn though.
Yeah.
I don't like flugelhorns.
What?
I like baritone sax.
Have you ever
I don't
heard
like
of?
flugelhorn.
Have you ever heard?
Really? I like that. What's his name? With the hat.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, 70s light jazz guy who played the flugelhorn. I can't think of his name. He was a recurring character on King of the Hill for a while.
That sounds promising.
What were you? I interrupted.
Have you ever listened to like anyone play the flugelhorn well? Like Miles Davis play the flugelhorn in summertime. It's awesome. I think it's a cool one. I think you should check it. I think you should open your mind to the flugelhorn, man. I think you're being a little harsh towards the flugelhorn.
I don't like Buddy Rich. How's that?
Ooh.
What? Wait, what? Do you want to fight? I've been listening to so much. Have you listened to Buddy Rich's horn section? I want you to listen to the song Nutville and tell me you don't like Buddy Rich.
God.
You cannot like Buddy Rich as a person because he's a jazz musician and I'm sure he's kind of a jerk, but Buddy Rich is awesome and his band is awesome and his compositions are awesome. He was like, I don't know. Don't say that, man.
There are so many ways that I can piss people off.
Oh,
and I think I hit a couple of good ones.
You just hit a nerve right there. I've done so many yard chores to Buddy Rich. He's like my homie.
Okay, so Buddy Rich is good.
Buddy Rich is
Flugelhorns are good.
Yeah.
Baritone saxes
I dare
are
you.
a pain to carry around.
But good bari sax players are awesome.
Oh yeah.
He's just gonna fight you on
I'm
everything.
gonna fight you on everything.
You know, I no matter what kind of sax it is, if the person really honks, I like that.
Yeah, it's all about the read.
Like anybody in a nasty ska band.
Ooh,
that's just
ska.
really.
I love ska.
Yeah.
Need a ska revival.
Yeah. I mean, you don't hear many flugelhorns in ska bands.
It doesn't really make sense. I mean, you can get into that, but.
All right, I feel like I've hijacked the conversation in a kind of a piss poor way.
No, it's fun. I'm sure everyone's having as much fun as we are.
Talking with Dylan, Ellie, and Christian, they're three of the people in that great jazz that you heard at the top of the hour. Are the three of you? I mean, you're all three in band in school again.
Yeah.
And is the ensemble that went over the summer going to kind of continue, or it's going to?
Our guitarist lives in Hanover, so.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not, but some form of it.
Maybe next summer we could get together and jam more, but it'll probably be kind of hard to do that over the school year.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have. I'm sure every individual one of us is gonna play in something. I'm sure us three are gonna play together a bunch because we're around here.
Well, you guys, come back.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going
any
to.
of you individually, collectively, the rest of you that aren't here but we're playing, play some music or bring in the field hockey team or the student government. You don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends. So I have friends in music. I have who I don't talk to, but
Nice.
but we play music.
It is about just 4.5 minutes before the top of the hour, so we're going to need to wrap up. What thing did I miss really irritating you guys with?
Oh gosh.
I don't think you missed anything.
You hit everything.
We talked about all the stuff I want to talk about, except about how awesome I am and how great everyone is. So you could have sucked up a little more.
You. Anything?
I got nothing right now.
You're going to go far in politics. Ellie.
Oh gosh. Oh, I just want to mention that the band is doing a trip to New York this year, and we're going to see Wynton Marsalis at Lincoln Center.
Can't stand him.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you,
it's
sir?
It's way too late for this.
Yeah, there's not enough
I'm
time
never
to
coming
defend
back.
Wynton. No, the whole Marsalis clan are awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be amazing, and I'm incredibly excited. I can't believe that something like the high school band has gotten together to do this, and it's just going to be awesome.
And people should look for fundraisers to help underwrite this. Is anything planned right yet?
Yeah, we're still doing fundraisers. We just finished one
Something,
but we're going to be doing more.
There's going to be one where we're gonna auction off a weekend in Maine, and for free. Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
Really? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Well,
I've only talked to Pelton about.
It's an auction.
Let the station know. We'll make a PSA. We'll let people know what's going on and why it's so cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so
I really
much,
have
yeah.
enjoyed talking to the three of you. The music, I mean, is inspiring. Just as individuals, you're all very cool.
Thank you.
I wish I was that cool when I was young.
Yeah. I wanna thank my mom. I wanna thank Dre, and I wanna thank Mr. Pelton. I wanna thank Neva for all the texts she sent me. 'Cause I love you. Yeah. Thanks for having us. Definitely.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, do the same thing as Dylan, Mr. Pelton, Mr. Rumrow, and...
Neva?
Not Neva. Sorry, Neva. But my central school teacher, Miss Dano, she was very...
I love Miss Dano.
She was very...
Thanks, Miss Dano.
She was awesome, and she really got me into music. And before we go, I just want to say a very happy birthday to my dad tomorrow.
Aw.
So,
Happy birthday, Dad.
yeah.
You did all right with the kid. And I guess Mom probably helped a little.
Yeah, you know. She was a lot.
Oh, Chrissy Hind.
Music is starting.
Do we like Chrissy Hind? She's not jazz.
I don't know who Chrissy Hind is.
If it's not jazz, I don't know
She
it.
used to be in the Pretenders.
Get more EDM.